Perfect. All right. Thomas, you want to start us off?
Yep. Thanks for chiming in to week 7, our final week, where we're going to be going over kind of everything that we've gone over the previous 6 weeks. And so, yeah, we're really excited. So let's get this call started. First, let's start with last week's winner who participated in the call with our father, Tom Jr., and talking about how he was able to lose nearly 70 pounds in less than a year. And last week, the participant that is going to win is Ellen Kropf. Woo! You are going to be receiving a Balance D, a SiselTHIN, and a Turn&Burn pack.
And this came out of our paycheck, so enjoy.
Yeah, he threatened it. Actually, he tripled it and took it out of each of our paychecks, just out of spite. So I hope you enjoy it, Ellen. Okay, well, we're really excited for this call. And like I said, thank you from the bottom of my heart for participating and listening to everything that we have. And I hope you didn't just come for the free giveaway. But just know, if you participate, you do have the chance to win. Are we going to tell them what we're going to win next week?
We'll
do it at the end. We'll do it at the end. You have to participate all the way through, and just know it's not on who comes and goes, and it's cumulatively who is on the call the longest as well. So if you only chimed in for 2 minutes, your name will be on the list, but we know how long you were on this call. So, okay. Well, let's go over our recap over the past 6 weeks on week 7. We started off with goal setting. They say that 90% of all goals that are written down are followed through with. But if you don't write it down, if you're not specific enough, if it's not achievable, if it's not measurable, if it's not really relevant, and you don't have a specific time frame, you will not be able to accomplish that goal. Not that you won't be able to, but you are far less likely to accomplish that goal. So week 1, we went over this deep dive. So even though we are February 25th, we can still make goals for next week, for tomorrow, for next month, for next year, and we can make sure we write them down. We make sure that they're measurable, that they're specific, achievable, relevant, and that there's a specific time when we want to achieve those goals, whether it's wealth creation, health creation, or whatever it is. Just make sure that you follow that SMART rule with setting goals.
Perfect. And on that note, towards the end of this call, so we're going to be recapping week 1 through 6, and then we're going to be talking about continuing your progress, because we all know that we hit those plateaus and we need to keep getting that motivation to go to the end of the year. So that will also kind of play a role, as well as all of these other weeks will kind of play a role towards the end of this training. So week 2. This was one of our best calls, this and this one next week, or week 3. But we talked about the trimogenic and glucominish. These are the best weight loss products that you can find on the market right now. And we went through the science of these, and we went through the science for these products and talked about how amazing glucominish, this blood sugar support product with scientifically proven ingredients like the abscisic acid that has been shown in studies to reduce blood sugar, and the benefits that you see, not just from reducing blood sugar, but in weight loss, in reduced cravings. You don't crave the sugar as much. And we also talked about trimogenic. This product is absolutely amazing. I have one on my desk, one in my truck, one at home, just to make sure. I always take one if I forget through that day. And it has some key ingredients. One of my favorite ingredients in the trimogenic that we were able to talk about is the capsicum. This product and ingredient is absolutely amazing. It has special encapsulation to allow the best digestion. It's been proven to have 8.9% more calorie burn post-workout for a couple hours, and it has a ton of benefits with that. And then the other ingredients that are in trimogenic. So these are 2 absolutely amazing products that we went over in week 2.
Then leading up to week 3, this was our biggest call. This had the highest participation that we had on any of our other calls. And that's when we went over the Sizzle Gut Essentials products. We packed the enzymes and the pro and prebiotic into a simple 20-minute call, which is kind of unbelievable because there's so much science that went into some of these. In 2 years worth of research and trials and testing and flavoring that Kaden and I did to be able to bring these two products. And so, yes, we're a little prideful on these two products because they are literally taking Sizzle by storm. They're flying off the shelf. We're getting more raws in. We're doing our second and third batches going in because they are going that well. We've heard testimony after testimony with the pre and probiotic with fiber, giving yourself 35 billion CFU of colonies, but not only that, but the quality and the diversity of colonies that we've been able to put in there. And then we've packed it in with over 10 grams of fiber, but 3 different sources of fiber as well. And then you have the digestive enzymes, who, for me, tastes fantastic. It's probably my favorite tasting product. It just tastes like a Country Time lemonade out of a can. It just tastes so good. I don't even care for the benefits, even though the benefits are so strong because of the taste.
I drink it at lunch just for the flavor.
Yeah, it's an amazing product. It tastes phenomenal. The enzymes, my own personal testimony, my wife's family, our family, Kaden's, everybody has seen such huge results with digestive issues and whatever issues they're having in their stomach and their gut. They're seeing huge benefits in this. We've seen it with lactose intolerant and other things like that. People being able to feel relief, feel clean, feel like their guts are finally not working against them, but working for them with these two products.
And on that note of that, these products are actually working, because even just when we started this call, people saying, yep, we're seeing these. We absolutely love the products. We're seeing results. And so we come out with products that you actually see the results, and we see it with everyone. So the next week 4, we talked about accountability partners with Milo Acosta. So Milo talked about the importance of having a person that you report to, that they report to you, and you guys share goals and you share experiences and you work together. And this really was talked about for weight loss, but this applies in business and every other goal. They say, I don't know the exact percentage, but a very high percentage of goals are much more likely to be achieved if you just simply tell someone. If I have a goal right now in my head for 15 pounds and I don't tell anybody, it is that much easier for me to just give up on that goal. Nobody knows that I was trying to do it anyways. But if I just tell Thomas
when he eats that donut, exactly, I'm going to get after him.
And I have accountability in there because he's going to know that I'm trying to lose 15 pounds. But if I eat that donut, then all of a sudden I'm feeling guilty about it. And it does keep that accountability. But you also see this in business. If you're telling people, I want to recruit 2 people a week, or I want to talk to 5 people a week. And if I just have that in my head, I can give up on that. But if I tell my sponsor all of my goals that I'm going to be doing, then they can keep you accountable to that, but they can also have those same experiences. You don't have to do it by yourself and go try to recruit somebody. They can come and help you with it, and they can support you on doing a taste and talk, or they can support you for weight loss, going to the gym, or you guys can cook meals together. And so having an accountability partner, if you are trying to achieve any goal, is an essential part of that goal.
Well, and it feels so much more rewarding when not only are you able to celebrate yourself, but when you feel celebrated by achieving something really, truly great and making a circle. I honestly think having accountability partners that are going to hold you accountable out of love, not out of guilt. That is definitely a big difference.
You guilt me with it.
Well, you shouldn't have had 2 or 3 of them in one sitting. But being able to surround yourself with like-minded people, with people that are goal-oriented, with people that are helping boost you up but not drag you down, I think is very, very essential and especially a very special key in an accountability. Then in week 5, we talked about the importance of exercise. So for us, exercise is important, whether it's taking the 5,000 steps a day or 10,000 steps a day, but just being able to push yourself and achieve something like exercise is something that is very rewarding. We talked about, stabilizing and motivating your metabolism for longer periods of time by being able to feel better, being able to see results much quicker, and being able to use utilize Sizzle's products to help enhance your exercise and helps enhance your goals by being able to physically see them through exercise.
And then just last week, we talked about nutrition with our father, Tom Mower Jr. And beyond nutrition, we talked about how he uses products and how he used the new products to do what we had previously said and lose almost 70 pounds in less than a year and be life-changing in your body transformation. I mean, just this past year, we have seen him have more energy. He's talking about all of the horse rides we're going on to and planning these trips and
playing with our kids, getting on the ground and rolling around and wrestling them.
Yeah, and losing.
Yeah, but that's to my 5-year-old.
But we went over on how he's using, because like we always say, we are product users. We only bring out products that we actually see results with. So for the past 2 years, we didn't just come out with gut health. We've been testing the gut health, and we have our own testimonials about this. Same thing with our father with the glucominish and the trimogenic, and then also taking the gut health, that for the past year before we even launched it, he's been taking those ingredients to see if they actually work. And so it was very interesting to have him on and talk about not only the gut health and the weight loss, but also Encompass 360 and how he takes the triangle of life, because we've heard a lot from people seeing how you take so many of these different products. I know that we have a lot of drinks right now. We have a lot of capsules. And so it's very important to know how you can take them together and when the best times to take them. I mean, it's like enzymes. Enzymes, they taste delicious, but if you're taking it in the middle of the day, a few hours away from any meal, then you're not going to have the same benefits as if you take it with a meal. So those enzymes can actually help break down the food that you've digested. So it was very good to talk to him week 6 last week about nutrition, how he lost his weight, and hopefully give some people motivation that are also trying to lose that 70 pounds in a year or 2 years, and to kind of get some tips on that. So this week,
7. Yep. We talk about continuing your progress. You've learned a lot over 6 weeks. We've learned a lot over 6 weeks being able to prepare for these calls, but being able to internalize it and continuing to better ourselves, no matter what the goal is, our health, our wealth, and our happiness. The Sizzle mission, really what it comes down to is continuing to progress, continuing to use the SMART goal setting, continuing to utilize accountability partners, and being able to learn more about the products, becoming a product of the product, gaining your own testimonial about the products. That is very, very key for all of this. So make sure that we continue to set clear and realistic goals for the end of the year. My goal is by September. It is not by March. It's not by the end of February. It is to continually better myself and my health and my fitness by September. So I have a very specific date. Being able to revise it, as I alter and increase my protein, lower my carbs, drink a little less carbonation. Who doesn't love a sparkling water, right? But being able to focus on those short-term goals and being able to modify them for my long-term goal is going to be very key for my own personal goal and for yours as well.
Perfect. Yeah. And then also, through this, we're going to go through a couple other bullet points, but the next one is keep tracking your progress. This is absolutely essential, because if you, and I know we've all been a part of this, that you start to go to the gym a lot and you see that really fast spike in seeing results. You're going down notches and belts. You're seeing the weight fall off. You're looking better in the mirror. You're starting to see pounds being minused off of the scale. But then come March or come April, and it starts to slow down because you've lost the easy stuff and you've gotten into a routine, and your body's used to exercising now, and it's used to dieting and starting to mold to your new habits. And so you need to keep tracking your progress, even the small things. So first thing is use a journal, keep tracking your weight, and the little ones, keep tracking every pound, because not to deter you, but just so you can see that progress, and write down the exercise progression that you're having. So you don't have to just do pounds, but you can also do weight. Like I know I used to always write down when I would do bench press and I'd be doing 300 pounds at first.
Yeah.
And
300 minus 250.
all right, fine. Say 200. You start with 200 and maybe you're not losing weight, but then you start doing it every week and then you can kind of go up to 210 and then you go up to 225 and then you can do 225 a lot more. And so it doesn't always have to be the progression of weight, but it can be the progression of exercises. Another really big thing that I always do is take progress photos, because a lot of the times you can see in a progress photo, if you compare, because you're always looking in the mirror every single day, you don't see the little changes over time because you get used to seeing it every day. So what I'll do is every week or once a month, I'll take a photo, because then from there you can actually see, oh, okay, over this week or yesterday, I don't see any difference. But if I look at from the beginning of the month to the end of the month, now I really see the difference. And if you're working out and lifting, you're not going to see the weight drop as much, but you're going to see the fat loss in those photos. And so as you're gaining muscle, you're losing the fat. And so on the scale, you won't see it, but in photos and in the mirror, you really will see it. And then another thing is measure non-scale victories. And this is as simple as better sleep. I know a lot of the time I hear from people around the office that'll say every hour I wake up, or I'll just sit there at night and can't sleep and my mind's racing. But then as you start to lose weight and you get healthier, you have longer nights of sleep. Those are small victories of if you can sleep through the night and you feel better. That's a small victory. It's a huge victory. Also, more energy, more flexibility, looser jeans. All of these are non-scale victories that you can celebrate and keep measuring. Like the big thing when I had lost 50 pounds, when I was really overweight and got down, I didn't realize the flexibility that I had lost. And that was
knee
huge.
To his forehead.
Yeah. And I didn't realize, like, I couldn't even do the, what is it, cross-legged? I could a little bit, but all of a sudden I started sitting down and I'd work on the ground with tools and stuff, and it didn't hurt as much. My joints felt better. And those little victories are essential to track and see.
Yep. And find enjoyable routines. You know, exercise and meals and supplements, they don't have to be tedious and they don't have to be an absolute grind to get them done. Some people enjoy pickleball. I don't understand it. No, pickleball's pretty fun. Some people enjoy bike rides. Some people enjoy basketball or weightlifting or just simple walks. Some enjoy snowshoeing or snowboarding or skiing or whatever it is. When it comes to exercise, just make sure it's enjoyable, because if it's enjoyable, it's easy, right? A lot of people don't like running. And if you were to ask my wife, let's go run a mile, I'm pretty sure that she would just sit down right there and she would not want to. But if it's going for a bike ride, or if it's going for a hike, or it's getting the horses out and going for a nice trail ride, doing those kinds of exercises, it's very easy, and it's very easy to be motivated to want to go do that. And we're willing to sacrifice more time to go ride horses, which is going to burn a lot of calories, than we are to run a marathon. And so for us, that's some of our hobbies that we enjoy for exercise. And we like to try different things all the time. You know, you can always try different routines. You know, if you're lifting, you might like to do like a bro split, where you do upper, lower, or you do more of like the muscle groups where you're doing push or pull or legs, or you're doing full body, or maybe you're doing some circuits, or maybe you're doing a HIIT, or we talked about other different forms of cardio as well. Try different things and really find out what you like. And maybe the more diverse exercise routines that you have, it might be more enjoyable to do that as well. But then try other meals. You know, a lot of people don't like mushrooms. A lot of people don't like peppers. A lot of people don't like broccoli. But try other healthy meals and recipes to help find enjoyment out of it, because I can promise you, eating a chocolate cake a day probably isn't going to lead to much weight loss, although it does taste pretty dang good. But you can experiment with some more keto-friendly or low-sugar type diets. And especially with the internet nowadays, there are so many resources out there for healthy new recipes. I mean, we have a whole recipe book with SiselTHIN. As we go through the list, there are some pretty dang good, tasty things that people have experimented with SiselTHIN, with our very own products, whether it's the apple whip that we just did, or baking cakes or cookies or breads, or making ice creams or cake or whatever. They're making so many different things with SiselTHIN.
Karen made those muffins.
Oh, those muffins were
good.
Way way good with the berries on top.
Oh, yeah.
And there was very low calorie and low sugar. And so there's lots of resources out there on being able to use our products and make meals more enjoyable in that sense.
Oh yeah, I know in the past where I've gone wrong is I'll cook a healthy meal, which is just rice and chicken, and I'll do that every single day, which is really good. You see weight loss for a couple weeks, but then it becomes so unattainable that I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop. And then I quit doing all of the other beneficial things that I was doing. So I think by mixing it up that little bit and doing the muffins or that apple, the cream that was delicious we did, all those kind of things makes it more fun and easier. Same thing with workouts and going on hikes and doing stuff that's not just the gym and tedious stuff, makes it a lot easier to stay on track for the whole year. The next thing is stay accountable, where we talked about on that week 4 with Milo. Keep your accountability partners motivated, because also if they quit losing, like Thomas really loses motivation come March, but I can keep him motivated to keep my accountability partner.
And Kaden loses about January.
Exactly. And so he's already gotten me back into it. But keeping your accountability partner motivated will really help you stay motivated, and then have them do the same thing for you. Also, share your goals with people. Make sure that you haven't set just a goal for March, because like many years, I'm very competitive. And so I set my goals every year for the end of March because I'm just doing it for the competition. But this year I've decided to go more steady, and I'm down 7-8 pounds, but very steady. And I'm making my goal for September, and I want to end the year, December 30th, 31st. I want to be at my goal, because every year I end up competing, getting really close and finishing out strong in March. And then from there, it's kind of like, okay, well, I completed my goal. And then I gain it all back so I can compete back in January. So I think by sharing your goals with Thomas and other people with what you want to be at the end of the year will really help you continue progression. And then other fun things is like join classes that involve others. That's a great way to stay accountable. Same thing with one of the things that I really like to do is play basketball. That is something that is an amazing workout that you don't even know that you're doing. But things that involve other people, like basketball, where they can tell if I'm walking and if I'm not actually trying. Same thing with riding horses. If Thomas goes and rides his horse by himself, then he actually never gets on the horse. But if I go with them, then all of a sudden we're running around the arena roping and doing fun activities, but that are also workouts. So make sure to do stuff that involves others.
No, and keep your mindset strong. And this doesn't just go to fitness and weight loss or health in general, but just keeping a mindset strong, being able to focus on why you started, what it was that motivated you from the get-go, being able to celebrate all your big wins along with all the little wins that you're going to experience on the way. And you're going to have to be patient, and you're going to have to forgive yourself. On Valentine's Day, I guarantee there's a lot of people out there that had weight loss goals of staying away from sugar. And I'm sure that a chocolate strawberry or two may have made its rounds. And hey, that's okay. You have to be able to forgive yourself. And Kaden's terms, get back on the horse and be able to keep pushing forward. And so being able to keep that mindset, whether it's business related, whether it's health related or fitness related or family related, whatever it is, being able to keep a mindset. I was listening to I love motivational speeches. If those that know me really well know that if you see a headphone in my ear and I'm sitting on my desk, good chance there's probably a motivational speech going. And the human species, we have a very unique ability to where we can literally think things into existence. If you have an image of yourself and a true image of yourself with a true belief, which means you're putting max effort towards it, you can accomplish anything and you can look like anything. You can be as fit as you want or as wealthy as you want or whatever as you want if you can truly put your mindset to it and stay focused on it. We can think ourselves into health. We can also think ourselves into sickness and illness as well. Mm-hmm. And so being able to keep a positive mindset and keeping a strong mindset focused on a goal and being able to stop in the moment and realize how far you've come and being able to see where you stopped or where you slipped up and how you were able to get back on, it is going to be very key for your success in everything: family, marriage, business, health, fitness, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish in life that is important. By being able to keep that mindset strong, you will see much, much more success.
And kind of on top of what Thomas just said, use motivation boosters. And there is tons of these that can come or that are available. There can be music that motivates you. You can follow fitness inspirations. This is one of the things that Thomas had talked about, that he's always listening to motivational speeches. So do I. You can listen to transformation stories similar to what our father did on last week's call, where he talked about using the products and what his successes were to give you ideas. But also, same thing at the gym, everybody's listening to music, and I'll listen to motivation that's talking about how lazy I am for waking up at 5 and not 4 in the morning and all these things. But it helps me. It gets me going. And it really helps me want to, there's nothing like waking up in the morning thinking, what am I doing? I should be doing way more, and then going out and doing it. And so I love motivational speeches whenever I'm feeling lagged or slow, and that really helps you realize what needs to be done. And then other things to keep motivation is bringing out that competitive side. So there's also 30-day challenges. You can do progression challenges. You can do pull-ups. I know a lot of the time I'll say, okay, if I can do 30 pull-ups right now, then all right.
I got it.
All right. Yeah. So
30 minus 27.
Yeah. All right. If I can do 8, I'm a big guy, 8 pull-ups, but in 30 days, I want to do 20. Then I know that I need to be continually every couple days doing one more. And it is amazing how much that actually works on pushing yourself towards a goal. Because the amount of times, say the workout says do 5 pull-ups, I can do 7, but I'm just going to do 5 because that's what the workout says. But if all of a sudden my goal is to do 20 in a sitting, now I can do 7. I'm going to really try for 8. And then now that I can do 8, I'm going to really try. There is a level of comfort zone when you're not pushing yourself and having challenges and goals in that sense. So you can keep motivation by doing 30-day progress challenges. They also have different challenges like 60-day hard. That one is where you read a book every single day.
Yep. You
have to do 45 minutes outside workout 45 inside. Yep. You have to stick to the workout plan. You can't break a diet for 60 days, which is very intense. And I know it breaks some of our other rules of being more lenient, but having a challenge like that can really keep you motivated and keep you continuing that progress.
Yeah. Me and my buddies have a thing that if we do the no milkshake. And so if anybody wants a milkshake, then they have to Venmo or send cash to or $20 to everybody that's involved in the challenge. And it's pretty motivational because sometimes an Oreo milkshake sounds pretty dang good.
It's worth $60.
But it's not worth $60. I can tell you that much.
Accountability. Awesome. So that is continuing progress. And that is actually the end of our weight loss calls. So we have done the recap of the past 6 weeks. We've gone through continuing progress, which I hope has helped everybody. And for those of you that cannot see the PowerPoint, we are doing our biggest giveaway this week.
Yep.
And like Thomas said, we're not going to be just giving it away. If you have to be on this call, but also if you were on last call or any of the previous calls, then you get an extra entry into this random drawing. And so whoever's been with us the whole week has 7 entries compared to the people that just hopped on and have 1. Still a good chance of getting it, but still a chance. But as we do these training calls, we want people to really start participating and joining. So we are going to be giving away
weight loss starter pack. This is a massive, almost $300. Or no, it's over $300.
I think. Well, yeah, but after the discount, before the discount, yeah.
So it's a Sizzle Ripped, it's a Glucominish, it's a Trimogenic, it's a SiselTHIN, it's a Sizzle Lean, it's a Sizzle Sport. It's got the user guides and a shaker bottle, all in our very nice looking box, and we'll be able to send that out to you.
Yep. So if you're on this call, either watch for an email or probably an email, or watch for your mail, and we'll be sending this out to you this week. Also, So I did get approval after.
Hey.
So for the Thrive call, we really want people to start joining the Thrive calls the first Monday of every month. So we talked about if we should, and we're going to give away a free gut health starter pack to a random participant on the Thrive call on Monday. So make sure that is 7 p.m. Mountain Time.
Yep.
And then that's this same Zoom link or this same phone number. So make sure to call into that.
Yep. Chime in. Like I said, that's a $300 value just to simply get on a call.
I think the gut health one's like $240.
Oh, sorry. Only $240, almost $250. And you're going to be able to get it for free by simply joining us, listening to what we have to say. Hopefully, if you have any prospects out there, or anybody that is looking into Sizzle, get them in on the call so they can hear what we have, and they also will have a chance to win as well. So thank you for chiming in, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody. And we'll see you on Monday.